Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Boring Channel 8. My name is Anthony, and I've got another video for you, another political video. The video is from CNN, as you can see from the title of the video. But the video actually starts with something different. It starts with how Trump administration is attacking Germany as one of Americans' biggest allies in the world. Um, and it's interesting because I live in Germany. For me, it's really interesting, and I have a little bit of knowledge or understanding of the political landscape here, at least a little bit. Maybe not as much as a normal German, which I'm not really. I'm an immigrant here. Um, I would like to clarify I'm an immigrant from EU country, so I'm a European, right? I have a right to be here. I didn't immigrate illegally or anything like that. Um, but nonetheless, I'm still an immigrant. Uh, and this party in Germany called AfD, it's a controversial party. It has been controversial ever since its inception. Is it correct? I think it's correct. Uh, Ever since it started, um, yeah, this party has been controversial and it's been deemed like a Nazi party. It's been deemed dangerous. It's been deemed racist. They do crazy racist shit. Yeah, I am not gonna sugarcoat that. I think they've. God damn, what is with this? Yeah, they do some racist shit. I've heard. I've heard. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen reports on it. I've seen it. I've heard it from my German friends. But it's still a party that people vote for, and it has 20% votes in Germany. And I don't really believe in our modern world that any party could actually be in Germany, for that matter, extremist in a way of being as dangerous as you would say neo Nazis or communist parties or anything like that. Just a party that is very much betting on the card of immigration, and they want the illegal immigrants not out necessarily. I would maybe they do. I don't know. They probably do, and they represent mostly the East. So you see the division also in Germany, East versus West, as it's as it has been ever since the end of the World War II, where Eastern Germany was part of the Soviet Union and the Western Germany was part of the Western world. So there is a division. There is a division of how people are thinking, of their political views, of how they live. It's it's a bit of a different culture, I would say. So they have the majority of the votes in the East. As you know, they kind of like the Eastern Germans. They kind of align with the Eastern bloc of the European Union, where these countries like Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, they've been Hungary, they've been very much against this mass immigration that's been, I wouldn't necessarily call it plaguing, but that's been really extensive here in Europe, as much as in America. As people know, in America, through the southern borders, you guys in America have millions and millions of people coming over each year, and Europe has the same problem, and it has been all created. It has been all created by the wars in the Middle East, mostly led by America and the European countries. So they basically are just reaping what they saw, as we like to say here in Central Europe. So let's get into the video and see what is happening actually, how the Trump administration is attacking their allies. Also, yeah, let's take a look at it.
Trump's unleashing an all-out assault on Germany over a right-wing political party.
Already crazy. They are all-out assault.
Secretary of State Rubio, Elon Musk, and Vice
like they are launching all-out assault on Germany because, and this is the all-out assault, yeah. So Secretary Mark Rubio, Germany just gave its spy agency new powers to surveil opposition. That's not democracy. That's tyranny in disguise. What is truly extremist is not the popular AfD, which took second in the recent election. That's all true, but rather the establishment's deadly open border immigration policies that the AfD opposes. Germany should reverse course. Elon Musk banning the centrist AfD, Germany's most popular party, would be an extreme attack on democracy. JD Vance, the AfD is the most popular party in Germany and by far the most representative of East Germany. Now the bureaucrats try to destroy it. The West tore down the Berlin Wall together and it has been rebuilt, now by the Soviets or not by the Soviets or the Russians, excuse me, but by the German establishment. I'm not really sure what he's trying to say with that West tore down the Berlin Wall together and it has been rebuilt, not by the Soviets or the Russians, but by the German establishment. I really maybe lack a little bit of a connection there, but maybe I'm missing some point. Totally fair. But I agree with these things that the administration is saying. I wouldn't call, as Elon Musk did, the AfD centrist party. It's centrist right maybe, but not centrist. Let's be clear and honest with the terminology here. They are definitely more right-leaning than centrist. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a what the hell. But other than that, it's completely understandable because you're gonna see in the video, I think, what the German government actually did. How did they change the status of this particular party, and how does it make much more easier, as Secretary Rubio is alluding to persecute people within this party and deem them as dangerous.
President Vance attacking America's longtime ally. Vance even accusing the Germans of rebuilding the Berlin Wall. This came after Germany's domestic intelligence agency classified the far-right political party in Germany, the AfD, as extremist, which makes it easier for them to have surveillance on it. AfD is an anti-migration party with a
That's it. That is exactly it. They now change the status of this party to extremist party, which makes it much easier to surveil this party and to eventually prosecute anybody who does anything that's deemed dangerous or extremist within the party. This is a very thin ice that Germany is walking on. It is, I would call it tyranny in disguise, really, because it's like, oh, I fear this. It's a different opinion, so I label it in a way, and then I will make it easier to surveil and persecute these people. Within a democratic system, this is not cool, especially if there's 1/5 of the voters actually voting for this party. I know, NSDAP, the National Socialist Party in Germany, was also voted by the majority of the people in democratic system. Back then, democracy was quite young, like super young, to be honest. We are much more further in development in democracy. And to be honest, we are going full circle, like democracy is turning into something more, something that is just looking like a democracy, but it's not really. And maybe even the technologies have something to do with it, because the development of the technologies really is making it much harder for individuals to be free and not surveilled and all that stuff, all that good stuff that the politicians love to do to their citizens anywhere in the Western world, anywhere in the world for that matter. But it happens in America, it happens here, it happens everywhere.
Leader who has been fined for using Nazi slogans. But the White House, once again, is coming to its defense.
I think this is true. They do have people, I've heard from my friends. So this is, again, something that I cannot confirm and verify. And I will, as we dive deep into these topics, I will make more videos on Germany, on AFD, if this situation progresses here. I think I've heard from my friends that they did have some sort of Third Reich, the Nazi Germany slogans, or some sort of items or associations with it. That's been always in the past in the news. It's really difficult to tell how dangerous it is, and what kind of implications it has, if it's even true. But he has been fined for it, so I guess the courts did find him guilty of it. So, but now that the whole party is in the bag, so if you have a couple members that are really extremist, is the whole party extreme, or how is it? How does this really work? That's really my question here.
As anti-American sentiment is growing.
So, and the party still hasn't been in power, so in Germany, so we don't really know how extremist they are unless they act in an extreme way towards the citizens or in the administration when they are governing the state. So for me, it's really, they are already yelling, hey, they are guilty, but there is no real tangible evidence that they did or they are extreme, really, except a few of their members maybe are, I don't know. It's very, like, they have also personal freedom, and it's difficult when she says, oh, he's been fined for Nazi slogans. I don't think it's that black and white, really. It's weird to me that they are doing something like this when the party, I don't know, are they fearing that the party might win eventually here in Germany, and then they cannot do anything about it? But to be honest, we are living in a democracy, and it's really hard for me to imagine that if this party would win, that they would infringe on human rights and all that stuff. Because that's the biggest topic is immigration. It's all about racism, and if you have the right to do this and all that stuff. But the thing is, deportation, as I know, here in Germany is happening under any government. And I've seen people being deported from Belarus, from Russia, Ukraine, not much. No, that was before the war. But before the war, these people were used to be deported from Germany. After, for example, being here for 5-6 years, living fully, just waiting for their status to be approved and all that stuff. And then suddenly police comes one morning, they put you in handcuffs and deport you in your country. So this has been happening under current government, or government of this party that was prior to 2020. And I believe it was happening under SPD as well. I have no evidence for it, but that's a party that was in power last time. So for me, immigration, Germany has been maybe a little bit too lenient, because not too lenient, but we are taking as so many immigrants here in Germany, meaning immigrants outside of EU that have to be processed, they have to be given a permit and all that stuff, and we don't have space for them for the time before they are fully accepted, meaning accepted on a paper, because here administration is absolutely crazy. People can be waiting for years and years and years, and meanwhile they're living here. For me it's a disaster how the system works in this regard. I am all full for immigration. I'm an immigrant myself, and I think people should be able to immigrate for a better life. Also, these countries like Germany, all the European developed economies, they need these people. They need people who immigrate like me. They need human workforce. These civilizations are dying out because they are not giving, not enough babies are being born in these countries. So they need people. They just need a better system. That's what I think.
Growing overseas amid Trump's trade war. And Melissa Bell has this special report tonight for us out front.
So before you would have come in and you would have taken these chips.
I used to take this one, but now, well, I took this one.
Across Europe, a quiet protest is playing out in supermarket aisles. American products left untouched. The hashtag Boycott Trump is gaining traction as Facebook groups rally Europeans to push back against US policies with their wallets. Michel joined a French group in March.
As long as we had aggressive policy of American administration, we want to make pressure to say, stop it.
His group...
I've seen this on Instagram from my friends or old friends or friends from the past. I've seen products being shown which are European, which we should there's been this call out for basically buying European products over the American products. So there is definitely this sentiment among some Europeans. I don't see this necessary. I don't see this as really I buy product if I like it or not. I don't buy product based on from where it is. I buy it based on price. I buy it based on the product quality, what I think of the product, if I like that product. I don't buy it based on politics or economical reasons, yes, but not political, economical reasons. Like the idea that I'm going to boycott America just not buying their stuff. If I wanted to help European economy, I've been already buying European goods, and to be honest, I buy a lot of European goods. I don't buy that many American goods. I don't buy, for example, they showed lace here. I don't buy these at all, and I think I kind of have a good understanding what's European and what's American anyway, and I just buy product based on if I like the product, based on the quality and price that I get for it. So this is, for me, this is a little bit too much. I would like to know what you guys think. You Europeans and you Americans, what you think about this behavior. Let's go on in the video.
Even provides an app called De-Trumpify Yourself that lets consumers know if a company's funding traces back to the United States.
But I wonder if it is. So we just use the app and it says, yes,
it's American.
So
you
American.
put it back.
Well, we'll try with that. We look like
this is a very French brand.
Very French, but sometimes we have surprised. Yes.
Good,
so,
we can buy it. But sometimes you get surprises because you find that a company that you thought was French has in fact been bought by an American group, and that's the point of the app.
Exactly.
One recent survey in France found that 6 out of 10 people support consumer boycotts of US goods.
This doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, people here in Europe are they have a nationalistic feeling. Funny enough, everybody's calling each other Nazis nowadays on the internet. But to be honest, all the European countries are proud of their nations and their country and where they come from. It's super normal here. And it's not considered Nazi or racist or anything like that. It's just the way people are. There's all these countries have long, rich histories. Even the smallest country here in Europe has really, really rich history. So that doesn't surprise me that 6 out of 4 French people are supporting initiative like this. It's just a little bit laughable, in my opinion, but yeah, I don't think they will like the fact that people don't buy their cheese or wine in America. But if they, the idea of that, but
The poll also showed that the hardest hit American brands included Tesla, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Victoria's Secret. But it's not just products. Travel to the US from Europe is also down. In March, visits dropped 17% compared to the same time last year.
It's changed the way we travel. It's changed the way we consume. There's hesitation and fear about going to the United States.
So Guylaine, who asks us not to...
What? There is hesitation and fear going into the United States? You as a white, privileged French woman? This numbs me to a degree that I cannot really express. Like, what the fuck? What a fuck?
to use her last name as she has family in the United States, joined a small group of American protesters on Thursday.
She doesn't want to use her family name because she has a family in the United States, and the idea, the implication is quite glaring. It's like, oh, they might be persecuted. They might be, the big despot Trump will take revenge on me because I speak on CNN. These people think too much of themselves, really. Oh my God, this is not real. These I sometimes thinking like these are the real NPCs of the world. These are the real NPCs of the world.
Thursday.
Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Just here in Paris, there have been 3 anti-Trump protests in as many weeks, including this one, at the heart of what is a traditional day of demonstration here in Paris.
It is like, I'm sorry, but doing a report on French people demonstrating in France about America is something that I am not really surprised about. It's not even that many people, because usually when there is a demonstration in France, it's the whole country. Like, that's actual, like, when they take it seriously. And the French are demonstrating for everything. They are willing to demonstrate for too much rain. They are doing all that stuff. So CNN, this is bullshit. This is bullshit, really.
The May Day protests with a decided...
And you know what? I think I had enough of this bullshit. I mean, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, this report, first of all, yeah, there was some alleged reports probably in the beginning. And then the report about people not buying American stuff. That's happening. That's for sure here in Europe. People here in Europe hate Trump as anywhere else. People are divided, as in America here, in the opinion about Trump and what he represents and what he is and but people are also taking extreme stance against him, calling him Nazi, calling him despotic oligarch, you know, and danger to democracy and all that nice stuff. I don't see that really, Trump being that, and I think it's just hysteria. And I've seen smart people taking that stand, or people that I considered smart. So, and when I oppose to them, I'm being looked at like I'm some sort of weirdo. So definitely people in Europe don't like Trump. There is a big part of them. I would probably guess it's around 30-40%. And then another 30-40% probably loves him. And then there are some people in between, like on everything, and especially when it comes to Trump, he's so divisive. Even me, I do like some of his politics and some of the things that he does. I disagree with a lot of things that he does, but I don't go that far to call him Nazi or danger or to democracy and society. And it's just crazy hysteria. Let me know, guys, what you think. I think this video has been too long. I've been talking too much, but it is what it is. I hope you're gonna enjoy it, like it, subscribe, and see you in the next one. I want to stop it.